Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the Steel Donut Collective. My name is Bob. With me is Connor.
Hello.
Matt.
Yo.
And Blake.
Sure, make me last. I'm kidding.
And today we're going to be returning to Night Watcher. This is Chapter 8.
Another
The
fine
mess.
mess. Yeah,
Another fine mess you've gotten us into.
It really is the story. Nothing I said satisfied Mrs. Beauregard. Her house was... her
Let bygones be bygones.
Nothing I said satisfied her. Everything I did, but...
Yeah.
Alright, that's it. Her house was ankle high in bubblegum peanut butter goulash the second time around, and she was no happy woman. That is the most
Her
disgusting
whole
image I've ever
house?
heard of.
Yeah, that's what I was about to say.
he's
Her
a-
whole house.
Oh, he's exaggerating, but what a disgusting image.
Yeah.
Ankle
Did
deep
he
in
buy
vomit,
a
I mean,
half pound of this shit? Why did he... What?
Yeah.
Gross.
I will
I
say
wouldn't be
this.
happy either.
I will say this. She was concerned for me. She attended me and wiped my face and shirt and said nice words. Are you a baby?
Yeah.
Queen my face, queen my shirt.
He's okay, little
You're a good boy. You're a good boy.
My
didn't like
fucking
it.
beanpole.
Shut up, baby.
I didn't like it.
That was
Oh
beautiful.
my
what
God!
just
Shut
happened.
up.
Then she had me help her clean up the mess. I told her to go out the back door and get some fresh air. I didn't have anything more to come up. She did. I got fresh hot water in a bucket. I got the mop from behind the kitchen door. Took me a couple of changes of water in my bucket, but I got it all cleaned up. Yeah, just mop
Seriously,
the rug.
wasn't- Yeah, weren't they
Yeah.
using... Wasn't she... Didn't he vomit on rugs earlier?
Yeah, well, I mean, they mopped the rug and the animal.
I feel like that would be...
Yeah,
ineffective.
There's stuffed chair.
Yeah, now my rug isn't covered in vomit. It's just soaked through
Yeah.
and ruined. She told me where an old towel was and some floor polish. Just
Oh, an
animal.
old towel.
You must go on a quest for the old towel. And I dried and buffed her floors.
The floors are really getting the workout today.
I really worked to show her I was sorry. Well, no kidding, you dried and buffed the floors. That was more than I did.
Yeah.
Only I wasn't sorry about what had happened. Wow.
I'm sorry. I lied.
If I had to do it,
Sorry, I'm not sorry.
Yeah.
Also, what he's about to say here is just so stupid. If I had to do it all over, I'd throw up again because I was safe and Shirley was safe, and I hadn't had to face those three jerks.
Unless she's not safe.
You're aware they could just come back at you. It's not like,
Yeah,
They could always just come back later and beat the fuck out
They're
of Shirley in
probably
the meantime.
still pissed.
I mean, this is
Probably more
literally,
pissed.
we're gonna fuck you up, Bean. No. Curses, foiled again.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Pack it up, guys. We lost. True, I missed a chance to persuade Mrs. Beauregard, our seat of power, that her youth leaders were a bunch of fakes. But if the Lord could take care of things like this, he could take care of the problem right on to the end. There was nothing holy going on, you just puked.
You made
Well,
yourself puke.
he did a holy puke, okay?
God didn't even do it. You had to use two fingers and jiggle them.
Right, I mean, if God
Yeah,
had wanted you to puke, he would have just made you puke.
No,
I'm
he
sorry.
thought the Lord wanted him to puke, which is kind of scary implications.
Yeah.
You know.
I'm sorry we didn't get to have our little talk, Bean.
She said as she was driving me home.
I really did think I had done the right thing to invite the Edelstons and their brother over to let you tell them how you felt. But perhaps we can get together some other time. Would you like that?
I said nothing.
No need to respond.
Yeah.
Just
I said, would you like that?
I still said nothing. She's probably sick of all these silent car rides of her saying things and him just sitting there
I don't
brooding.
even know why I talked to you. Jesus.
it's like talking to a wall.
It's like talking to my ex-husband.
It's like talking to my dead husband.
And he's dead.
He's sitting in the back seat, right, husband?
I keep his ashes over there in the glove compartment.
I mix his ashes into my tea every morning.
Yeah.
You'll never leave me again.
That's why I'm so old. It's the key.
I shall soon absorb your power.
Yeah.
That's how she stays so old.
That's all she said.
Yeah.
Soon she had me home. I thanked her and apologized again. I'm sorry I'm such a dick,
Yeah. Oops.
Don't worry about it, Bean.
she said.
And be careful not to wake your mother.
I never do.
Remember how I said... Wow. And remember how I said, what he just did, like, accomplished nothing? Guess what? I closed the door and she drove off. I turned to go up my walk and into the house. The porch light was on, but it lit up just a half circle around the front door. Out by the curb it was dark. I took a step and fell flat on my face.
What a fucking idiot.
Whoops, that's our bean.
Actually it isn't. Because guess what? Someone had tripped me. Before I knew what was happening, I was lifted up and then smashed in the face with a fist.
Woo! Yeah!
I tried to cover my face and took a fist to the stomach.
Yeah!
I was so surprised. I was
hit him
so
with
surprised.
the 1, 2, 3.
Hit him with the 147.
Yeah.
I was so surprised and shocked I couldn't call out. I couldn't scream. I doubled over and went down. I was picked up and hit again and again.
Oh, and
Do it again! Do it again!
Yeah, he doubled over and they doubled down.
How many times I was picked up and knocked down, I couldn't say. And who was beating me up, I couldn't see. It was too dark out by the curb. But I knew who it was. Oh, I knew who it was. Mrs. Beauregard.
She parked her car and then walked back so that you
Yeah.
wouldn't recognize her, and then just beat the fuck out of you.
I don't know.
This
This
is
is
my rug!
horrible.
Yeah. You see, look, they really aren't just.
Sorry, I'm just reading a little bit. I'm like, this is terrible.
Yeah, I don't know when Buddy left. I was unconscious. I woke I don't know how much later, but I couldn't move. I faded out again.
Has
I
he ever
woke again.
considered that maybe it's not just Buddy and it could be like a whole church group and like maybe,
Yeah.
you know, they're
Well-
all taking turns getting back
Well-
at him for being such a dickbag?
No, that happens later. I
Oh,
woke
that's
again, knowing I had to get in the house. I had to get in my own bed, but I couldn't stand up. I pulled myself over to the stairs and got up them one by one. I dragged myself to the
Jesus.
door.
Yeah.
Like they just curb stomped him. I mean, this is like I told you that this
This is
gets
some American
real.
History X shit right
Yeah.
here. You just got beat the fuck up.
Somehow I got my key out, got the door open, and dragged myself inside. I got the door closed and locked. I don't know if that red-haired cyclone would be back.
Oh,
I
now you're using the term red-haired cyclone?
It needed to come back, man.
Yeah, back from like chapter 1.
Yeah. I passed out and came. Would you rather him be using it the whole time? Pick
I
your
would
battles.
rather he not use it at all.
Well, then. I passed out and came aim to a couple of times before I got myself into my room and onto my bed. Light was beginning to color the morning sky. I buried my head in my pillow and began to sob. I was home. I was in my own bed. He tried to kill me, and I wished he had.
Jesus.
Damn.
I was about to say, like, I don't even want to make jokes here. This is actually pretty
This is
serious.
like the opposite of an like I mean he tried to get laid, he didn't get laid, and then he got nearly killed. Like
Yeah.
this sucks.
He beat me half to death, then expected me to finish the job. That's the Buddy way.
Yeah.
My mother must have checked on me before she went to work. My shoes were off and the shades pulled. She put a cover over me and left me just as I lay. She must not have turned the light
I could have sworn these sheets were white when I gave them to him, but
Yeah.
now they're all
She-
red. I don't know what
she-
the deal is.
She must not have turned the light on or she would have seen the blood. It was all over my bed. I don't
Yeah.
know what time it was when I woke. My head was throbbing. Every bone felt like it was broken. I looked in the bathroom mirror. My face was pulp. My lips were swollen. My nose was huge. My eyes were black and swollen shut. I was sure my teeth were loose. I couldn't wash up. I couldn't even undress. There was no way I could go to school. I just went back to bed. I had to sleep. I had to. Later, I was conscious of someone moving about my room. I felt a hot towel on my face. I heard loving sounds of concern. Mom was home. I
She was
started to
just
sob
going
again.
Yeah.
no
I heard-
words, just sounds.
I heard her on the phone. Then she was back with me, changing the compresses and bringing in ice. It felt so good. I must have gone out again. I felt myself being lifted. A man's voice was telling me to relax. I would be all right. I guess I was trying to sit up, trying to fight back, but the sound of his voice was so nice. He was concerned that I be comfortable.
Yeah.
I felt a prick of
This
pain.
is the
and
last
knew-
chapter, by the way.
Oh, I felt a prick of pain and knew I was getting a shot. I felt I was floating, and nothing mattered anymore. And nothing else mattered.
And that's the end of the story. So would you guys
Well-
no.
And nothing else
Yeah.
mattered.
It's a kind of a good ending, I think,
Yeah.
to a terrible
Yeah.
story.
It's a story about how sometimes you just can't win, you know?
The short life and long death of J. Edgar Beanpole.
Nice. Rip in peace. What if like while writing this, Dick Bohrer had just dropped dead, like right at this moment?
It would have been. They would have died in each other's arms.
Yeah, and then it like and nothing mattered anymore. Period. And that's the end of the story. And then we're like, holy shit! Like they publish it after he's dead.
They find his unpublished journals and then they just burn them. It's J. Edgar. It's Dick
It's
Bohrer.
another J. Edgar Beanpole story.
It's
Who
Dick
gives a
Bohrer.
shit?
Yeah.
I woke in the emergency room of the hospital. My mom and Tony, my old friend from the rescue squad, and a policeman
Tony!
were standing there
Hey,
talking.
it's
Who the fuck
Tony.
is
Who the
Tony?
fuck is Tony?
I don't know.
2 nurses were bandaging me and cleaning me up.
I just thought he'd come home late and was dead tired.
My mom was saying.
Yeah, dead tired.
I'm not a very good mom.
What time was that?
A man's voice said. I guess it was the cop.
I leave about 5.
You didn't see the trail of blood up the sidewalk, across the porch, and through your house? What are you hiding, you dumb bitch?
What a douchebag. Her son got beaten nearly to death, and he's sitting here like, what's the matter with you? Can't you notice something's
He's just
right in your
being
face?
a good cop, okay? He's checking up on every lead.
Yeah. Whose blood was that?
He's no...
Oh, probably his. I should have figured that out.
Yeah.
I don't turn on the lights when I get home. Bean's a light sleeper. I call my own child his stupid nickname.
Yeah.
Light wakes him, and so does the sound of voices. Ever since he was a baby, he wakes when he hears people talking. He doesn't want to miss anything.
And I don't want to miss a thing. I don't want to close my eyes. Why did they name me Bean? By they, he means Dick Bohrer. He's complaining to the author. Her voice broke, and she was weeping.
You have no idea who did it?
None.
Where was he last night?
Where were you?
He grabs the surgeon's lamp and just shoves it in her face.
He flips the table
Grabs the scalpel. He's like, "Don't give me any shit, lady."
Flips
He
the
throws
hospital
her-
bed. Bean falls out.
He throws her into a hospital bed, reclines it all the way back.
Yeah.
I don't have time for your shit.
Yeah. You better
better
help me
start
out or
talking.
Your son's gonna be in a world of hurt.
He's a grizzled ex-cop with a chip on his shoulder and something to prove.
A
You
chip
better
for bullshit.
you better start talking, or you're gonna have to say goodbye to your thumbs. Like he just pops off a thumb.
Oh no, not my thumbs! Alright. At church, he goes to youth group and then stays for the evening service. Sometimes the kids go out for a Coke.
He's a druggie, huh?
Yeah.
Dick Bohrer is not affiliated with Coca-Cola.
Yeah, well, at least now we know it's not the first Coke those kids have had.
Oh,
He's usually home about 10, but I'm asleep by then. I just leave the front porch light on. He lets himself in.
He have any enemies you know about?
Not Bean. He's very popular at school.
Bullshit.
everyone hates him at school.
I read one of his other books. No one likes him at school.
In the first
well,
book,
then
the first
again,
book
every
opens.
mom thinks their son is popular at school.
Really? My mom didn't think so.
In the very
I
first
guess my
book,
mom wasn't filled with delusions.
like you guys don't know this, in the very first book, for you viewers, it opens up with him being a complete misogynist. He says like girls shouldn't play sports because
Right, and then
nobody
everyone
should take
like
it seriously.
gets pissed at him. He like
He's
writes
like-
an article in the newspaper.
making fun of girls playing sports, and he's a complete piece of shit.
Haven't I seen his picture in the paper a lot?
Local boy fucks things up.
You're gonna see him on the front page, and it's gonna say he's fucking dead if you don't answer my questions.
You'll see him in the obits if you don't answer my questions, okay?
We were giving him the front page article so often we just made him his own category. How this local boy fucked things up again this month.
Beans fuck-ups.
This edition.
That's page 85 for all you stupid asses out there.
Well, he has an inquiring mind, and he's helped a lot of people solve the problems that have been bothering them.
If you know what I mean.
Usually it has to do with sports teams at school.
Sunny Hills High, right? I know this kid. He helped us get all those championships, didn't he?
World-class athlete Beanpole Spencer.
Yeah.
Sure.
I guess I moved.
He's awake.
A nurse said.
He's been awake for 5 minutes. He's been listening.
What a creep.
Oh. Oh,
Don't threaten my mother ever again.
oh, darling.
My mother said.
Who did this to you?
It was dark. I couldn't see. Even then, I didn't want to lie, but I couldn't prove it was Buddy, so I didn't want to say. Well, you couldn't prove it was
Say it was
anybody,
Buddy.
but just like say I can't.
I
prove
do have
it.
an enemy there. His name is Buddy.
Yeah.
He fucking hates me, and I puked all over him.
Yeah.
Any idea who would do this to you?
Yes.
Who?
I don't want to say. I'm afraid. Well, son, I'm not afraid. to take a stand.
I'm not afraid. I'm not afraid.
And he just leaves with everybody else in the hospital. They're all singing.
Yeah. No need to be afraid, Sonny.
The policeman said.
We'll give you police protection.
I smiled. I knew it would be police protection for a day, maybe, but not for the rest of my life.
Well, I don't think you need it for the rest of your life.
Here comes the... I'm sorry. No.
Well, my name's Mole. Joel Mole.
Oh my god!
This is one of the top 10 best names we've ever seen in anything.
Joel
the Steel Dome.
Mole
Who
is on the
names their
case.
child Joel Mole?
I mean, this is up there
Good going.
with Staps, because he's good with his knives, and the Ghost Wizard.
I'm really lightheaded right now. I have a feeling Joel Mole might be responsible.
Yeah.
Joel
Mole.
Joel Mole.
Here's my number, day or night. What? Call me right up if this guy starts to give you any trouble again. Okay?
Somehow I got through my week. My friends at school tried to get me to tell them who did it. Shirley tried, but there was no way I'd tell. I took it as easy as I
You
could.
ain't gonna get that out of
Bruises and welts and black eyes can take a long time to heal even when you're young. My teacher said I could hand my homework in late. I was glad for that. I not only had time to heal, but I had time to think. I knew I'd see Buddy again. Would he think I didn't know he beat me up because it was dark and I hadn't seen him? I figured the guy had more sense than that. What would he say to me? What would I say to him? Hey, Bean, remember when I fucked you up? Good times.
Hey, Bean, remember when I beat the shit out of you?
Oh man, it's such a shame you got into an accident.
Yeah.
Hey, Bean, remember when I stomped on your teeth? That was a real like knee tickler, wasn't it?
Yeah, that was a real knee
That was a
slapper.
great prank I pulled.
Oh
beating you
man,
up.
Bean, what happened? I can only imagine.
If I had been there, man, you know that guy would have gotten what for.
By that guy, I mean you.
You're right.
I'd have jumped
But-
in.
In a way, I didn't want to go to Young People's anymore.
Huh?
Young Peoples? What's that?
I think he means
The youth group.
Young People's Group?
No,
He
just
doesn't-
Young Peoples.
No,
that's the local all-ages club.
No, he doesn't want to go to Young People's. He's too busy with Miss Beauregard.
Got everybody
I'm
from
sorry.
like...
He's turned into a real hipster, you know?
He's just hanging out with Mrs. Beauregard, like those Young People's. We
Yeah.
don't know.
Yeah.
One part of me said, "Look, you've died for the cause, Bean." Actually, no.
Wow.
Let
is
someone
he
else have a
ghost?
turn at getting beat up. Yeah. I'm a ghost. You can't even hit me. 0 out of 10. Put in strike.
Yeah.
But I knew I couldn't stay away. I had to keep my eye on those jerks. I had to watch in the night as a night watcher. Oh, I'm sorry.
Night Watcher. Yes.
Somehow I would find a way to pull the rug out from under them and expose them for what they were. Just take a camera with you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm sure there's windows, just like hang out in the window. Even if they see you, you can just like
Well,
have Joel
when
Mole
Dick
with
Bohrer
you.
when Dick Bohrer wrote the first draft of this book, the only cameras they had still needed like 30 to 40 minutes to take a picture.
Well, I was
Deal.
gonna say when Dick Bohrer wrote the first draft of this book, cameras didn't exist. Not in the 1600s.
They had to take like Bean has like a camera obscura set by the window.
Right.
Yeah, Bean's hiding out at a bush and he has his stone tablet and chisel.
Hey Joel Mole, look, I got the sick daguerreotype of their shifty dealings.
Oh man, what are these, Bean? Oh, I call them hieroglyphics.
The first draft was written in cuneiform.
Cute. I was gonna say semaphore, but that makes even less sense. Let's see, Bean. Somehow I found a way. I was the only one who was onto them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's weird. The Lord needed me there. And Buddy needed to see that I wasn't afraid of him, that I was still a threat. But you're not a threat.
No.
Yeah.
He can kick the shit out of you at any given time.
Next time he'll kill you, dude. You're
Yeah.
not
But
a threat.
But was I afraid of him? Maybe I was. But should I be? Yes.
Yes.
After all, he beat me up. He'd beat me up in the dark. He had the advantage of my silhouette against the porch light. He knew where I was, so he could punch me silly. I couldn't see him at all. Are you
He's
saying
also
like
much bigger than you. You
and
tried kicking him in the shin earlier and he barely felt it.
I'm like seriously? Is the implication that if this was a perfectly fair fight, you'd have like used your sick ninjutsu skills to take him down?
Because
yeah.
earlier, when you
Dude, what
tried
is this
to
talking
get him
about?
to stop putting you in an arm lock, you did nothing.
Yeah.
Like seriously,
You've
it's like, man, if this was a fair fight, he wouldn't
You've gotten
land.
dragged out of every other scene you've done.
That's true. Every
It's
other
like-
time you and Buddy have interacted,
like you
he
and
hasn't
anybody
even
else.
touched you and you got beat up.
Seriously. Like,
He got people to beat you up for him.
Right.
it's like, if that was a fair fight, he wouldn't have landed one punch.
And that's not to say that you know, Bean is a complete weakling or anything. It's just that you shouldn't delude yourself. There's no shame in being scared of getting killed if you actually are at risk of getting killed.
Besides, like, the implications Bean is like a pretty normal guy, and like Buddy's supposed to be this like big football playing jock who's also
Yeah.
older.
Yeah.
He's huge.
You're
He's twice Beanie's size.
I mean, you know, proceed with caution. At least.
Yeah, but then I saw the truth. Buddy was a coward. No, well,
right.
yeah, it's kind of cowardly to do like sneak attack someone. But even if it was a fair fight, even if he
In
tied
public,
one arm
he
behind
would
his
have
back,
beat you up anyways. He was about to do it at Mrs. Beauregard's house.
no, I wasn't afraid of Buddy. I'd get Buddy.
Oh.
Buddy needed to see me down on the front row every time we had a meeting. He and his crew, me and my crew, needed to know that I would fight them. I would fight them to my last breath, like I said.
And that was it.
Wait, what was the name of this one? The Mess. I guess it
The
was kind of a
Mess.
mess.
It was
I
a
guess it
pretty
was-
big mess. Let's
Yeah.
That's kind of an understatement. Shouldn't it have been called like the pummeling,
The
It should have
fight,
been called the
pummeling.
fucking beatdown.
the curb
F-word and
stomping?
everything.
I feel
like the
I
curve
feel like Dick Bohrer missed an opportunity for like Bean to have a near-death experience and then be told like by Jesus himself, no, you have to go back.
I figured that's what was going to happen. He
I
heard
wish-
a man speak, and he felt himself getting raised up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I wish Dick Bohrer would just lose all sense of caring at the end of this book and just have Beanie like take on the power of Samson and destroy the church around him.
Yeah.
Just pull the columns down and watch the whole
Yeah, and like the
building
whole
crumble.
church falls.
Yeah.
If,
Like,
the,
I'm
if this
I'm-
if this congregation won't see your evil ways, they must go with
I'm
you.
waiting until he just straight up speaks to God or something and like literally gets granted powers. or
Well, he got the
something.
power
He was-
to throw up earlier.
Yeah, so to say
no,
He
he
threw
gets
up enough to
two
like make
fingers
it
in.
ankle high in her house.
Yeah,
You're
I mean
right.
you gotta stick two fingers in and you gotta jiggle.
Yeah, and jiggle it.
Yeah, and wiggle
Yeah.
him around.
Well, that was chapter 8, the mess. Next up will be Urga gets through.
Oh yeah,
She breaks on through to the other side.
yeah,
Be there.
yeah,
Or be square.
yeah. See you guys later.